Hello and welcome to the Halo Forge Epidemic. This is Oakley HiDef and I'm here to bring you another Aesthetic Forge tips and tricks. As you can see, this one takes place in a Cryo Bay, so that's going to be the theme of this tips and tricks, and this one's going to be a Cryo Bay, as I just said. So basically, as you can see, I took up a lot of the budget just creating this whole section, but that's because it's extremely detailed, or actually I would say medium detail. I could do more, but it's a lot more than you would be using if, say, you would just want this theme in a regular map. This tutorial is mostly dealing with aesthetics, particularly because people have been asking me to make stuff that they can use in machinimas, so this could potentially be for a particular scene where your Spartans are waking up or you're getting more reinforcements from the cryo station or whatever the theme you're going for, so this could be useful. Again, what I'm going to be showing you can be used in other maps. Obviously you'll tone down the amount of detail. So let's get started. Obviously, the whole Cryo Bay revolves around the cryo stations, the cryo caskets here, and these are actually really easy to make. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I did that. So it's basically going to take just two pieces. Going to go to Structure, Decorative, Brace Tunnel, and I like to work on 15 degrees. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flick it once. Then what I'm going to do now is get it to about the height, whereas you can see the bottom of the brace tunnel. I'll lift that up. Carefully watch the bottom. I'm getting it to the height where that part just sticks into the base like that. So that's what you want. So you're going to put it down like that. Then you're going to go into the bottom strut, turn it around so it's facing this way. Then you're going to flick it once. So as you can see, it's parallel to the angle that the brace tunnel is making. Then what you're going to do is you're going to lower it to a point, something like this. What you want to do is then get it closer. As you can see, the brace tunnel is coming through the glass. Pull this out just until the brace tunnel disappears, and that way it looks like this bit up here is built into the strut, which adds to the believability and just integrates the two pieces nicely. As you can see, I did that over here. They're a little bit further off the ground, whereas these are further down. It's up to your preference. Do whatever you like. Either one looks nice. That's basically how you make those. Then if you're going to make a whole row of them, what I like to do is, instead of having a plain flat back wall, what you can do is actually make it a little more interesting. So here, as you can see, I've used these sniper nest pieces, so I'm going to show you how I do that. So in between these two brace tunnels, I put a sniper nest like that, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the next one. So go to platform, sniper nest, turn that sideways just like this. Then we're going to, actually, sorry, that was on the wrong side. Yeah, you're going to want it like this. And then what you want to do is just lower it so it's just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and edit coordinates. There you go, just like that. So the tip is like this, it's just above the ground. And that looks nice, puts a cool coloring in between the cryo caskets. And what you can do is actually stack them one on top of the other, as I did over here. Stack them one on top of the other, and what that does is, let me show you this quickly, is when you do that, as you can see, the whole thing will start bending back up to the roof. It gives that a concave feel, and so what you can do, pair with that, is make a slanted wall up top to have this whole thing have a recessed feel into the wall, as you can see there, which I think looks really nice. And it's not too expensive because these are all platforms. You have 50 of them and they're $10 a piece, so it's not too expensive. So that's how you would go about doing that. We'll keep going with the Cryo Bay. Obviously I was inspired by what was in Halo 1 with the catwalk, so what I did up here is I put brace larges just floating above and put antenna pieces here to hold it up, and then I made doors on either end just to show that there would be a way to come across here. And that's what you want to do on your map, especially if it's going to be just for aesthetics or machinima, is imply as much believability as you can. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is add wiring. I'll do a separate tutorial on this later, but the basics for wiring that I like to do is you will submerge a block like this into the ground to the point where you can only see the one edge of it. And when you do that, it looks just like it's wires in the ground, and so that looks really cool. Put them on the wall, do whatever, and it looks nice. So what you can also do is, if you want to do more stuff to accentuate the cryo room, make different computers, and I'll go over that quickly. Obviously you put a shield door here, and then you want to case it in some way. Here I've pull this out for you, sniper nest on the top and bottom to sort of case the TV. Then right and left we have brace pieces. Here this is just a small railing that you put on an incline to make it for the control board. Then what you can do to sort of accentuate what's on your screen is I put overshields in here at different depths, and that gives it color to your blue screen. You can also put in objectives. These are the bits of capture plates right here, which looks nice. Just give some feel to your screen. Then over here what you can do is you can put a one-way shield. Usually people just put it sideways. I like to put it at an incline because it looks nice, looks a little different, and makes it look like the screen is really malfunctioning or something's going on. Another thing you can do is put a small AI over here, and so that's what I've done. Inside of this block I have actually put a invisibility active camo. You want to raise it up just like that, and then what I did was I put a flag stand there to be kind of projecting the AI. So that's a technique you can do. Then another thing that you might want to do is, while you have your main cryo bay here, you can have different aesthetics up the top of the ceiling, give it a rounded feel, always change up the geometry. And another thing you can do is, as in Halo 1 where there is another part sort of overlooking the whole cryo bay, you can do that here. I've made a simple one where you come in here, you would walk up top, and then over here you can have a view of the whole cryo base. That could be cool for your machinima or whatever you're doing. Obviously add aesthetics as you see fit. Here you can put computer monitors. Over here you could turn this into a storage room, armory, health station, health packs, whatever, put some effect, or you could turn it into some sort of elevator, whatever you want. Also down here, if you were to use this map, you can make another room, something like that, if it's going to be playable. And also over here, as you can see, this can lead to another area of your map. So feel free to download the map. I think we'll have the link up. There's a lot you can do with this just for aesthetics, machinimas, maybe even for some sort of game, but you would probably want to simplify the aesthetics, get rid of some stuff. But this is basically it for a cryo bay. You want to make these things, they're simple, include nice geometry, and I would recommend replaying Halo Anniversary, the first level, just seeing how that laid out, put catwalks, put crates all over the place, computer stations, stuff like that, just to make it look nice. So once again, this is Oakley HiDef with the Halo Forge Epidemic, and I'm signing out. Thanks guys.